First Lady Senator Oluremi Tinubu has called for the enactment and enforcement of stiffer laws and punishment for perpetrators of rape, sexual abuse and other forms of gender-based violence. She made the call at the first Gender and Social Norms Summit organized by the United Nations Population Fund in collaboration with her office. Correspondent Inabuchi Kenabuchi sent in this report.
The First Lady noted that the summit provides a common platform, especially for stakeholders, including wives of state governors, to create awareness, exchange lessons learned, and promote effective strategies for preventing and responding to GBV and other harmful practices. She said Nigeria must also develop state-specific action plans and promote the allocation of adequate resources in government budget to support gender equality initiatives and GBV prevention programs. She decried the increased spate of rape cases and gender-based violence, which she described as alarming, and calling on the law enforcement agencies, the Inspector General of Police, the Attorney General of the Federation, and Chairman of the National Assembly, who is the Senate President, to appropriate and enforce stiffer laws and punishment to perpetrators of rape, sexual abuse, and other forms of gender-based violence.
This summit provides us with a common platform to create awareness, exchange lessons learned, and promote effective strategies for preventing and responding to GBV and harmful practices. We must also develop state-specific action plans and promote the allocation of adequate resources in government budgets to support gender equality initiatives and GBV prevention programs.
In their remarks, the Minister of Education, Attorney General, Minister of Justice, Women Affairs and Youth were all in support of ramping of awareness and ensuring that perpetrators do not go unpunished. They noted that with improved education on the part of the girl child, youth improvement and women empowerment amongst others, there will be a significant reduction, if not total eradication of the harmful practices.
Here in Nigeria, when you have connection or before you know it, it dies a natural death, and we forget so easily. So on this note, to support this honorable thing the UNFP and the First Lady did today, we, the Ministry of Women Affairs, we've moved further to make sure there will be consequences if you commit such crime. We don't only have female genital mutilation, we have money marriage, where they use babies to loan money from old men and give out the babies to them. It is happening live and direct.
Girls are much more vulnerable than the boys. So the environment they need is far better than what ordinarily boys can cope with in terms of hygiene, environment for instance, and also safety. Schools have to be close to them. And when in school, they have to learn the right things, the right values. The right values have to be there in the suitable curriculum for them to be taken through. And furthermore, they need to be protected also when in school, because they are also vulnerable to bullying and some other acts of violence in schools, which are very common in schools.
The UNFPA Gender FGM analyst Karima Bungudu, while presenting the work of the UNFPA in Nigeria based on situation analysis, pointed out that nearly 1 in 3 Nigerian women have experienced some form of gender-based violence, including women with disabilities, who are the most susceptible and vulnerable ones. The prevalence of harmful practices such as female genital mutilation, child marriage, which in most cases lead to vesical vaginal fistula (VVF) and other forms of violence against girls and women, remain unacceptably high. The highlights of the event, which had in attendance wives of state governors, state commissioners of women affairs and health, traditional rulers and other stakeholders, was the signing of the impact of commitment by the First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, and wives of state governors, reaffirming their determination to end GBV and other harmful practices in their state.